They say that there's one force in the universe that even gods tread carefully around. A force that moves slowly, but when it touches your life, it changes you forever. He is the keeper of karma, the lord of patience, the master of trials. He is Shani Dev. Namaste. Welcome back to my channel. I am Punneit, your spiritual guide, and today we are going to meet a force that many fear but few truly understand. A force that doesn't come in your life to break you or to bend you, but shape you and rebuild you into something stronger. Today we talk about Shani Dev, the one who watches not your words but also your deeds. On that note, I would love to share a story. I would share a very real story, that deep, painful and honestly beautiful. Surya Dev, the sun god, continues to shine just as he always has. His light is life-giving, it nurtures, it protects, but sometimes even too much of warmth can feel overwhelming, like standing too close to a fire where the very thing that gives you life also becomes too intense to handle. Sangya was the wife of Surya Dev. Yet the intensity of his energy was overwhelming. She tried, she stayed as long as she could, but eventually she realized she needed space to breathe, to find herself again. Before stepping away, Sangya created a shadow of herself called Chhaya, a form to care for her 3 children, who were born out of Surya Dev. But Surya Dev, unaware, mistook Chhaya for his beloved wife. Now, Chhaya wasn't just any shadow. She had a heart. She wanted her child to be strong, stronger than fire, stronger than storms, stronger than the harshest truth of the world. And so she did something incredible. You know what the child was? It was Shani Dev. Shani Dev was the child of Surya Dev and Chhaya, a baby boy whose skin was dark as the night sky, whose energy was different, way more powerful than others. The power was very, very strong. He was a Shivansh. But when Surya Dev saw his newborn son, he recoiled. He doubted, how could a son of mine be so dark? I am the giver of light, he thought. And just like that, with one look, Shani was rejected. Before he could even speak a word, Shani has seen rejection, isolation. And it is said that when Shani Dev first opened his eyes and looked at his father Surya Dev, the sun himself dimmed. That was the power. That's how powerful Saturn's gaze, Shani's gaze, his drishti was, not out of anger, but out of pain. Over time, Shani Dev became something greater. He wasn't here to seek revenge, he was here to become the ultimate judge. That was his karma. The one who didn't care about your wealth, your beauty, your titles, but only and only your deeds. He became Karma Phaladata. With this, I am going to connect you with another story. This is the story of Raja Vikramaditya. You know, it's in one version of the story. But wait, let me remind you that you must take these stories which I am saying as teachings and try to learn from them. As they speak a great message, they try to give great reference, and fact or fiction is another debate, but these stories tells you a lot about the planetary intentions. Now, coming to the story, one day a group of learned astrologers visited King Vikramaditya court. They spoke of the planets, their powers, their influences, and when they spoke about Shani, they said his gaze was the heaviest, drishti, the most feared. Now, listening to this, Vikramaditya in his pride laughed out loud. He couldn't imagine that a slow-moving, a distant force planet like Saturn could even shake a king like him. Mockery born out of ignorance. So, it was this moment that made Shani cast his gaze on the king. And over the next 7.5 years, the dreaded Sadesati, Vikramaditya lost everything. This is the result of Sadesati. It gives you the phal of karma. His crown, his comfort, his pride, all was lost. He became a wanderer, hungry, humiliated and forgotten. But like they say, Shani Dev will always teach something out of all these sufferings and pain. It won't go in vain. Through that suffering, Vikramaditya found himself. He became wiser, kinder, free from the chains of ego. And when the Sadesati ended, Shani Dev appeared before the king, not to gloat but to bless him. because that's Shani's way. He doesn't destroy you, he polishes your soul until you shine brighter than ever before. So before you blame Saturn, so when the next time life feels heavy, when challenges seem endless, when every effort seems unnoticed, you should not blame but remember Shani Dev. Perhaps it's not punishment but preparation, a silent shaping of your spirit into something brighter, purer and unbreakable. Remember, I repeat, Shani doesn't destroy, he awakens. So trust the process and allow the Sadesati, allow the Saturn transits and allow the Saturn's influence on your horoscope and on your life make you who the planets wants you to become. Whatever happens, happens for a good reason. And this reason may be not understood by you and me at this point of time in a general life, but he understands because he has seen our many births, but we are living only at this present moment. Saturn is also Kala. He redefines the timeline, the past, present and future. And this material world is actually in the realm, in the control of Shani Dev. As a remedy, if you pray to Bhagwan Shani Dev, if you chant Kal Bhairav Ashtakam, if you chant Hanuman Chalisa, or even if you do Shani Yagya or Shani Hawan, chanting Shani Bij Mantra, or simply saying Nilanjanam Samabhasam Raviputram Yamagrajam Chaya Martanda Sambhutam Tam Namami Shanashcharam. Chanting this shloka every day 21 times will actually help you. But remember, Saturn is the planet of karma and you need to correct your karma and do some good and holy deeds. With this, I end this video. Hope you like this. Write your suggestions in the comment section. We'll meet in the next video. Till then, Jai Shani Dev.